To the victor goes the spoils. That's Kevin Owens. Fight. Owens fight. And what a fight it was tonight, guys. Another edition of Hell in a Cell by WWE in the books. Hell in a Cell there in Detroit, Michigan. The Little Caesars Arena, a new arena. What a beautiful arena it was. What a show. What'd you think of the show? We're going to talk about all 8 matches here. Hopefully I won't go too long. It's a late night, and I'm tired after watching that show. It was a great show. What did you think? One of the best WWE shows by far this year. I'm starting at the top of the show with the opening bell. I'm giving Hell in a Cell an A right off the top. I really enjoyed every match. Every match kept me engaged. What say you? The crowd seemed to be into every match. I mean, there was a couple of low points. We'll get to those in a few minutes, but the attendance announced by WWE and from what I'm seeing online was 16,206 in that building. And the crowd, I give you an A+ tonight in Detroit, one of the better cities for wrestling. Tremendous crowd. Kept me engaged. Just a fun watch tonight. Kudos to everybody there in Detroit who witnessed tonight's events. 2 Hell in a Cell matches, I believe it was, what was it, 37 and 38 of all time. Two blockbusters, Hell in a Cell matches, 2 of the best I've ever seen. Went in the books. Tremendous show tonight. WWE, kudos. All the boys and girls worked hard tonight. I even had my buddy Denny show up. We had a good stream. That was pleasant. I had a little bit of buffering issues once the main event started, but we got them figured out, and I watched the show pretty much in real time. So, in a place out here, right here in Mom's basement, out here in the Pacific Northwest, we don't always have the best internet, and I sometimes have problems viewing. But tonight, an A+ all around, and we really enjoyed the show, me and Denny. So it was a fun night. We had some Little Caesars pizza. So it was good to see Denny, and I thank him for coming over to watch the show with your boy. Like I said, I don't want to go too long tonight. I know my shows have been kind of long-winded, but overall record tonight, 5-3. I had some great hits, and I had some bad misses for our predictions. 5-3, I will take it. That's I believe the second straight pay-per-view. I went 5 for 3 on my predictions, and we will go over those real quick here. Like I said, the attendance, 16,206 was announced. Tremendous atmosphere in the building. I think all the talent worked very hard, and it showed tonight on the WWE Network. What was your favorite match of the night? Mine was tough to pick, but obviously I'm going Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. They stole the show for me. Obviously the Usos, that shocked me by them starting off the pay-per-view versus the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. But that match out of the gate set the bar. I thought it was a wonderful produced match. Good booked, good storytelling, a lot of weapons involved. The crowd was on the edge of their seat that whole match. And a match that surprised me tonight was the U.S. Title match. AJ Styles, Baron Corbin. And then on the pre-show, we'll start off with the pre-show here. Daniel Bryan announced on the pre-show that him and Ty Dillinger got together, and Ty was, pleading his case. He should be entered into this match, and Bryan ended up granting his wish. It was a funny little segment where they're both using their yes chants and the 10 chants respectively. Daniel Bryan, I love this guy. I'd love to see him back in the ring here soon. But Daniel Bryan, the GM of SmackDown, puts Ty Dillinger in that match. That match really surprised me, and I'm glad he was entered into the match. We'll get to the details in a minute, but that one was almost one of my matches of the night. I really can't I can't really frown on any of the matches. I think all 8 matches were delivered very well. I can't really give any bad grades out. I'm not sure what your thoughts are. Give me the thoughts in the comments if you thought there were some bad matches tonight. What do you think the worst match was? Let me know. So we'll go to the pre-show. We'll start off real quick. It was the Hype Bros, Mojo Rawley, Zack Ryder versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I don't believe Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin have a tag team name yet. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. But I thought it was a great match to start things off. Zack Ryder and Mojo have had some miscommunication as of late, and it costed them here in this match. There was a nice belly-to-belly suplex. There's a lot of belly-to-belly suplexes on the show. Gable had one tonight. It was awesome. Zack Ryder had a nice drop kick off the ropes. I thought both teams, it was a classic tag team match with some good holds. This match, I am going with the match times off of Wikipedia, went 10 minutes, 20 seconds. I got the pick right. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin defeated the Hype Bros in a pretty good opener there on the pre-show to get the crowd hot. What was that finishing move? Gable and Benjamin took advantage, and I think it was like a driving somersault neck breaker, sit out powerbomb. It's hard to describe, but it's a good looking move. As Zack Ryder took the pinfall, so I'm interested to see what happens on SmackDown. Does Mojo Rawley? Who do you think's gonna turn heel on this one? It's been looking like Ryder is gonna be the guy that turns on Mojo, but after tonight he took the pin, so he can't be really that mad. So Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin are your winners of the first match, and like I said, I predicted those two to win, and we predicted it right. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, your winners. I forgot to. I needed some help on announcing my results.
Knock off the jaw, Jack, and it's time for mail call.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thanks, Ermy. Thanks, Marine, for getting me there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really tired tonight and put this show together within a couple of minutes. So I took a lot of notes, and they're all jumbled here. So pardon me if this show is a little disorganized. So with that said, the main card started at 5 o'clock out here. It was 8 o'clock Eastern here at the Little Caesars Arena, and it started off, as we said, they announced off the top of the pre-show that this match would open it. It was the SmackDown Tag Team Championships with the Usos and the New Day. What a rivalry it's been. Is this the last time we'll see these two guys? The New Day came out first, and Big E announced it would be a New Day apocalypse. I was interested to see who Big E's tag partner in this one. Kofi was on the outside. Did not see that coming. I thought Kofi would actually be in the ring or in the cell. So it was Xavier Woods coming off a knee injury, ended up being Big E's partner. I thought he looked pretty good, hobbling a little bit with that knee injury he's coming off of. He had a brace on himself, so it was a very, very entertaining match off the get-go. Still surprised Kofi. We didn't see any big spots from him. He was on the outside. So Xavier was in there. We saw cowbells. I thought that was pretty funny. We saw trombones, multiple Francescas. That's what Xavier names his trombone. Different variations. They were all used. We saw chains off the bat. Even a gong, or what do we call that? I was never in band, like a cymbal or something, but all kinds of instruments were included in this match. As we said, it was, anything can go inside the Hell of a Cell. It was an incredible match to see. We saw handcuffs, multiple uses of kendo sticks. Big E had some solid belly-to-belly suplexes. There were multiple suicide dives. I believe it was Jay. He did a suicide. It was a good visual. His head just bounced off the cage. they showed. He narrowly missed the steel ramparts that braced the Hell in a Cell. That would have hurt hitting. I thought the match was very physical. Looked like these guys are going to be really sore. I didn't watch Talking Smack, the post show. Looked like the Usos were okay. They had a lot of bags of ice on them in their post show interview. There was a huge spot. What was it? I believe it was Jimmy. It was like, I took a note here. It looked like in an uncomfortable spot where Big E slammed him on Xavier's knee outside. It was unbelievable. It looked like he hurt his back real well. Go back and watch that. I'm gonna go rewatch these two Hell in a Cell matches. There was so much going on. There was a fun spot where Big E was pinning up. It was either Jimmy or Jay. I can't tell these guys apart sometimes. Pinned him up with some kendo sticks where he was just sticking the sticks through the holes of the cage, and he had him pinned in there. And then the Usos turned the favor, handcuffing at one point Xavier to the ring post. He ended up getting out of that. There were, I think, 3 attempts at the double splash by the Usos off the ropes. That was my prediction. What would happen to win it? It ended up coming to fruition on the 3rd time as Xavier was pinned from Jimmy. There was a chair involved on that final third one. It took 3 splashes, and your boy gets this pick right. This was a very good match. Jimmy and Jay Usos recapture the SmackDown Live tag straps with the double splash. I predicted that right. As you can see, watch my pre-show last night. I got that pick right. I'm pretty proud of that. This kicked off the show. I had it predicted at match number 3 on the main card. So that was interesting to see this kick it off. I think it was a smart choice. There was a bunch of matches that could have kicked this show off. I think the crowd would have been hot off the start, but I think they were really hot starting this off with the Hell in a Cell. I had a buddy, my buddy Mark Wood, told me they should have had more Hell in a Cell matches. What say you? Was 2 enough, or should there only be 1? I thought 2 was solid. I think they've had 3 before. A couple years ago, they had 3. Was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. But this year, only 2. My buddy Mark thought they should have more. But that one was a hot opener. Congrats to Jimmy and Jay. I believe that they are the 3rd time they've had the SmackDown championships. What is going to happen after this? I think you're going to see a new tag team made to the fray. We saw the Fashion Files about halfway through the show tonight. Where is that going to go? I thought that was a pretty funny bit. They're coming back on Tuesday night SmackDown. We'll see if they get into the mix. I would have to say Gable and Benjamin will be the next to face the Usos. That's the Mailman's predictions for probably around Survivor. Or maybe they'll have at Survivor Series, the multi-man matches for Raw versus SmackDown again there in Houston. But we'll see where the tag division goes now. It looks like the New Day is probably going to be moving on. We'll see, though. But a great match. Let's see the time of that match. Pardon me, I don't have my stats up here. That match, getting my match times off Wikipedia, that was an even 22 minutes is what we are looking at. Jimmy and Jay Usos defeat the New Day. Woods and Big E take the loss. So we have new SmackDown Live champions. So 22 minutes, very good match. I really dug that match. I thought that was going to be match of the night, certified, but it did deliver. So very good on both teams. Congrats, and thanks for the entertainment as far as I'm concerned. The next match on the card, I predicted the match order right for this one. It was our boy Rusev and Randy Orton going in a singles match. Columbus Day is tomorrow. I think we should celebrate Rusev Day every day of the week. I thought this match was better than I thought it would be. There was a stat thrown out that this was Randy Orton's 143rd pay-per-view match. That is 5th most all time. I forget who he passed. Tom Phillips announced, but that's pretty impressive. 143 pay-per-view matches for the Viper. He has been around for a while. Still seems like I just remember him coming in like it was just yesterday, but it was a fun little match. The match time, we'll go to that real quick, was just 11 minutes, 40 seconds. So it was pretty decent. We saw Rusev hit the post Cesaro style. He didn't lose his teeth. Randy tries his power slam off the ropes. He slings Rusev off. He tried for it, and Rusev didn't buy it, so he kind of swung and missed there. But he ended up getting him with the power slam again. He missed an RKO opportunity during the match. Rusev has some fun spin kicks he does. One time he was outside the ring, and he came all the way around to put the boot to Randy. So a very good match, but in the end, Randy Orton does get the RKO, and he defeats Rusev. Like I said, it was 11 minutes, 40 seconds. I thought it was pretty good. So we got that one wrong. And if I could get some sound effects here, Mr. Elvis. We'll go in the mailbox. We delivered it wrong. Rusev, I said, would get help from Aiden English. We saw Aiden English on the pre-show. I thought he'd use maybe that key they used for Rusev when he was awarded the key of the city from the Bulgarian mayor. But we got it wrong because we said Rusev would win this match. Randy Orton ends up getting the victory. That was my first loss of the night. Thanks, Elvis. So, one match. Incorrect, not bad. The third match on the card, what did we have? We went to the United States Championship. This match over-delivered. I was not – AJ Styles, probably one of the best wrestlers in the world today. And I didn't think him and Baron would have that great of a match. Did not know at the time when I picked this match that Ty Dillinger would be inserted. And that, I thought, automatically made this match a lot better. So kudos Daniel Bryan for doing a great job as GM. I thought all three guys looked great. Even you, Baron. A tremendous – there were so many spots. I'm not even going to read all the notes I took. But, Baron was treating AJ Styles like a rag doll. He threw him around a lot in the ring. There was a chance of where's your briefcase? The fans were mocking him. Baron would grandstand and shout back at the fans. I thought it was an intriguing match as soon as they inserted Mr. Ty Dillinger. There was a spot where Baron swatted AJ down when AJ jumps on the ropes to try for a phenomenal form. He just he used to be a Golden Gloves boxer. They said he just swatted down AJ. Great bump machine, AJ Styles. That's why we love him. There was some nice suicide dives in this one. Ty Dillinger had some good spots. There was a spot where I love when they hit the steel LED posts. It gives a good sound effects. They were running all into all of this stuff. There was some great spots. Corbin ends up stealing this one, guys. What was the match time? I had AJ Styles, by the way, and holding on to the strap, but it looks like he's moving on. Baron Corbin defeats AJ Styles, the champion, and Ty Dillinger in the triple threat match. It was 19 minutes and 20 seconds. Any other news and notes from this match? I mean, it was probably my third favorite match. It could have been easily match of the night. had those two Hell in a Cell matches ended wrong. I thought this one delivered way over my expectations. Yeah, AJ tried to do the phenomenal forearm to Dillinger in the end, but Corbin quickly knocked out Styles, and he ended up pinning Dillinger. So AJ looks strong out of the match. And congratulations, Baron Corbin up here. He gets the his first major title in the WWE. Finally gets some steam back after losing the Money in the Bank briefcase, and losing to Cena at SummerSlam. So Baron Corbin, your new champion. We're back at it, Elvis. I got that pick wrong. AJ Styles, I said, would retain in a double DQ. I thought Ty Dillinger would be involved, but I have to return it to center. So we go to 2-2 for the Hell in a Cell card. All right, thanks, Elvis. So a very good match, over-delivered. Baron Corbin, your new U.S. champion, and I am interested to see if AJ Styles is going to go get a rematch. I think he said he's going to get a rematch clause. I did have Talking Smack on in the background, but I didn't really get to pay attention to it. I want to say AJ is going to have a rematch on SmackDown Live this Tuesday, but we'll see. I think he's getting bumped up. Like I said, I think he's going to be your early favorite for the Royal Rumble this year. We will see what happens. The next match out was the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Charlotte Flair, and she was the challenger, versus Natalya, who was the champion. If you're going to say there was a worst match of the night, I really can't give it this one. I thought Charlotte had tremendous selling on her knee. Natty was taking advantage of that knee all night. She had a sharpshooter involved. There was another stat. I believe, this was it. The 40th pay-per-view match, most all time. Natalya, she passed Trish Stratus. That was announced by Tom Phillips. So congrats, Natty, on that. She has been on 40 pay-per-views, and that is something to take a swig of water for. Natty. Sorry, guys. You talk so much. Cheers, Natty, on that accomplishment. Charlotte was selling the left knee, but she still ended up getting that massive moonsault to the outside. That didn't help her too much, but a nice spot. Ended up being a DQ. Natty ended up getting disqualified. I did have Charlotte Flair surviving, but not winning the strap, so I'm going to say I won this match. Natty used a chair to easily squirm her way out of it. Fans weren't too happy about that, but I thought the two women had a great match, and I knew this was going to most likely continue. So Charlotte Flair wins by countout, was what I thought, but she wins via disqualification. We didn't see Carmella tonight, though. I had that part wrong. We didn't see her 1 ounce. I said she'd come out to try to cash in, but not pull the trigger. So I'm going to say I got this pick right. Here's what I said Saturday night. I said Charlotte Flair would win, and she did. So we're counting that to go to 3-2. The next matchup, the fifth matchup of the night, it was the WWE Championship match between our guy, Shinsuke Nakamura, and the champion, Jinder Mahal. I was always flip-flopping on this one. I'm not disappointed. It was not our night. I said we were to celebrate if my guy Shinsuke was going to win. I could not pick against Shinsuke, and it wasn't our night. I amazingly got this right as well. The Singh brothers were tossed out midway through the match. I could see that coming from a mile away. It wasn't by Daniel Bryan, like I said. It was by Little Nate. Charles Robinson, the referee, was the ref for this match. Both entrances were electric to start off. There was an armbar rope break segment. There's the classic grandstanding by both performers. Knee strikes were so stiff from Shinsuke. There was Corey Graves said that those were Louisville sluggers to the chest, and I believe it. I mean, you could hear those things from 3,000 miles away. Shinsuke missed a knee drop from the apron, so he ended up selling his left knee a bit too, or was it his right one? Like I said, the Sings were eventually ejected, but in the end, there was a fun spot where, while the Sings were being sent back to the dressing room by the ref, Shinsuke had the Kinshasa dropped, and he was ready to pin Jinder, but Jinder ended up getting his foot on the rope. The ref was late back getting to the ring to count. In the end, it's going to look like Jinder didn't have any help from the Singh brothers because he ends up getting the Kalas for the victory. Time of this match, we didn't announce the time for the women's match. Let's see. What did I say? Apologize, guys. A little disorganized tonight. The women's match, let's go back to that time. It was at 12 minutes, 15 seconds. So that was a pretty good match. And I never said the time of the match for the U.S. title. That was 19 minutes and 20 seconds, according to Wikipedia. Two good matches there. The WWE Championship only went 12 minutes, 10 seconds. But Jinder retains the WWE Championship. The things I didn't think about, I heard from the Solid Monster, one of my favorite podcasts. He did say Jinder got new plates for his belt. I never thought of that. You're going to have to think this guy's holding on to this title for a while. They're also going to India. I always thought about that too. So maybe Shinsuke will get him down the road, but it's strike two. I don't know what happens right now. Somebody said they're advertised for Starrcade, the house show in Greensboro. So we'll see what happens. We did not get that pick right. Elvis, let's hit it. The good news is that was my third and final loss. So I really wanted to see Shinsuke be the 51st WWE champion. It did not happen. We'll get him next time. Congrats to Jinder Mahal. He's having a hell of a title run here. I can see Vince keeping it on for a while. We lost it. There you go. I had Shinsuke Nakamura winning it, and it did not happen. But Shin, there will be brighter days ahead, I hope for you, sir. So we are now at 3-3, heading into the final two matches out the card. This one I had opening the show. It ended up being the sixth match on the main card. It was the glorious Bobby Roode taking on Dolph Ziggler, the disgruntled Dolph Ziggler. Sometimes even the postman gets disgruntled. Dolph, he said he was going to have an elaborate entrance. His song hit, and then it went out, and he just comes out with no music, no lights, like the old school wrestlers used to do, just come out with no music. So Dolph playing it to a T, the way he's been building up, comes out as himself. I thought this was a very good wrestling match. Bobby Roode got all the glorious, chants in. And I thought the two guys put on a good match. There was a sleeper hold applied to Roode. There was a famouser attempt and a zigzag after the match. The roll-ups at the end, multiple roll-ups. Bobby Roode ended up getting the last one that counted to pin Ziggler. Where does Ziggler go after this? It should be a fun I don't know if this guy's contract's running out soon or not. What say you guys? What is in store for Dolph Ziggler here? He is making everybody look good. There was some "Let's Go Ziggler" chants I could hear in the crowd. I wonder if I was hearing that right. If you were there in the crowd and you ever watched this video, let me know. It sounded like the crowd was wanting Ziggler at some points in this match. But he, like I said, he ends up getting a famouser and zigzag after the match was over. So this one's probably going to have maybe another match to it. But the glorious one, Bobby Roode, does get the victory. That match took 11 minutes, 35 seconds there in that singles match. There was, like I said, there was a series of back and forth roll-ups. Roode ended up pinning Ziggler on the final one, and gets the victory. So Bobby Roode with his pay-per-view debut in the win column, and your guy Jimmy Milstead, the mailman, gets that pick right, and it was glorious. I said he'd get a glorious DDT. That did not happen. So 4 and 3, and then that brought us to the main event, the Hell in a Cell match. Shane McMahon and KO. My match of the night. How can it not be? This match, according to Wikipedia, it went 39 minutes. This is where I had some buffering. I had to restart. Regret not watching it live. I knew I was eventually going to get up to speed. I took so many notes, guys. I'm not going to be going it all over it, but there was a lot of drama in this match. The match started on the outside, though, off the get-go. Shane started it all off as KO was making his entrance down. There was a ton of spots in this one. We had tables, KO cannonball, and missed into one. The holy shit chants were off the bat. Shane ended up taking half of that broken table and using it as a weapon. Man, there's so many good spots here. The Spanish announce table was used as we thought, and this match ended up going up to the top. It was getting uncomfortable, guys, watching this. For as many as y'all know that watched this, you saw the days back when Mick Foley went through that cage. This one looked to be more sturdier, but with each slam, I believe there was a power bomb on there. Shane, it really looked nerve-wracking up there, 20-some feet in the air. It was unbelievable. I took a couple of pics, or I sent an Instagram photo of the replays. Unbelievable. At the top there, Shane knocked out Owens, and then he plummeted to the announce table at the end. He got him the first time on the Spanish announce table. I believe it was the German announce table that was used second. Shane went back up, and he was up there for a little bit. His kids were down below in this match. KO throughout the match was heckling them. It was unbelievable. Shane does his spot. He goes for the elbow, and he totally misses because out comes Sami freaking Zayn, like I predicted. Sami Zayn comes and saves KO. It was a falls count anywheres match, guys. Zayn comes out to help his old friend. And then, medical staff's attending to Shane while he was down. And, Sami saves KO and then ends up helping him pin him while he's being attended to. So Sami Zayn looking like he has turned the dark side. I thought it was great storytelling, high drama. Maybe it's because in the land of opportunity, Sami Zayn wasn't getting it done either. And he saw the light and has joined the dark side. So it was a wacky finish. And I thought it was an A+ pay-per-view, and like I said, Kevin Owens wins the match with help from Sami Zayn, and I got it right. So, an unbelievable night. I highly recommend this pay-per-view, guys. I go 5 and 3 for the second straight pay-per-view. There was no Triple H, there was no Stephanie, and there was no Vince. So, it'll be interesting to see if there's any ramifications on Sami. Will we see Shane on Tuesday night? That probably would be a good question. Maybe he's gone for a little bit. Maybe Vince makes a return to voice his displeasure. I'd love to see what Daniel Bryan thinks of Sami Zayn. helping out his old pal. And there's the camera panned KO's staggering to his feet, and he's like looking at Sammy like he was grateful. So I'm pretty intrigued to see where this goes. It will be a fantastic SmackDown Live. I'll be sure to be tuning in. Sami Zayn is helped out his friend. I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I'm just not. It's been a long day. So much wrestling. Watched football all day. Enjoying the weekend though. I hope things are going well where you're at. I've yapped enough, and I really thank anybody that watches this show. I'm a little long-winded. This one wasn't very good produced, but Sami Zayn, give me your thoughts. What do you think the match of the night was tonight on Hell in the Cell? I give it an A+. We will have a better show for you on our next show. TLC is the next pay-per-view. Like I said, I believe that is in 2 weeks. Where was my note for that? Our next broadcast, the Small Package episode number 8, TLC prediction show, will air Saturday night, October 21st at 8 p.m. West Coast time. So I'll see you then. Asuka is advertised to debut on that show. We'll talk more about that. Raw tomorrow night. The Red brand gets back in the full swing of things. They are the next pay-per-view to hit. The Raw brand has TLC. And then we'll have in Houston, Texas, it'll be, excuse me, the Survivor Series. We'll have a show for that weekend as well. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to get out of here. I appreciate you watching, and give me your records. Give me your thoughts on all the matches. It was a fun, exciting night. I thank my buddy Denny for coming over. And we hope you guys enjoyed the show. And we'll go out with Tom Petty once again. Shane O'Mac, thank you, sir. KO, thank you. One hell of a show. Thank God they stayed safe. The two laid it out on the line. The Usos, New Day, great match. And the U.S. title match, Baron Corbin, congrats on winning the U.S. title. It was a fun show, guys. The Mailman, Jimmy Milstead, enjoyed it. We hope you did too. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks as the Small Package returns. For now, pro wrestling's real, people are fake, and we'll get them next time, Shin. We'll talk to you then. Good night, everybody, and happy Rusev or Columbus Day tomorrow. If you're celebrating and have the day off, enjoy. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to all the Canadian friends too. So until next time. The Mailman, Jimmy Milstead. Thanks for watching the Small Package. We'll talk to you later.